yield plasma cleaner. The plasma is generated using a advanced energy power supply. It generates a low frequency of 40 kilohertz wavelength energies. The power level is adjustable from 0 to 1000. There is a provision in the oven to add more shelves. Currently the system is configured with 2 sets of racks. The unit is manual control. It was refurbished by the previous user by replacing the sequence controller using a Mitsubishi PLC, which has 15 inputs and 9 outputs. The process control is achieved by using a granular fluid vacuum gauge controller in conjunction with the PLC and the gases. There is a provision for 3 gases to run the process. Currently, and all the gases are enabled using the manual switches. This system requires 110 volts power to turn on the system control, and the system requires compressed air for the solenoid valves and nitrogen, dry nitrogen for the vent gas, and either all 3 or any of the gases that are required to run the process can be connected. To start the process, the system power switch, the main power on switch, is on the back of the machine. Once the system is powered on, and make sure the samples are loaded, and close the door. There is a door closing sensor without which the system cannot start the recipe. So in order to start the process, you start with the start button. So as soon as the start button is pressed, the PLC will take over and it will pump down to the set point 2 pressure level in the vacuum gauge controller. And the set point 1 is about 5 torr and set point 2 currently is set about 400 millitorr. Once the set point reaches, the system will turn on the gases and start to purge the chamber using the enabled gases for about 30 seconds as per the current recipe, but the time is adjustable. And once the 30 seconds is up, the actual process will start. So now the purge cycle just begun. It is set to 30 seconds. Now at any point of time, by using these up-down arrows and plus minus, the values in the timers can be adjusted. So once the purge duration is over, the RF plasma will be enabled. Right now I'm using gas 1, and the current power level is about 400 watts, and we have a port in the back So through the viewport we can see the plasma. at any point of time, if the pressures are not adequate, that is, if the gas flow is not proper, the arc lamp will be flickering, and if the temperature inside the oven is high also, the provision, the optional temperature sensor can be included. So right now there's only one interlock on the system. So once the timer is up, the unit will purge the chamber for the duration set here, which is 30 seconds. And then, so the gases, the same process gas is used to purge the chamber, and then it will be pumped down for a set amount of time, duration. In this case it is 36 seconds. And after the evacuation, the system will be vented to atmospheric pressure using the dry nitrogen gas. Now I'm going to demonstrate how to change the parameters on the programmer. So the parameter, the vent duration is blinking now. I can change it, and once it is the desired value, you press OK, and the reading is updated. Once the process is complete, the system will display process complete, and the complete light will blink along with a hooter announcement. And it will beep for about 20 seconds. So now I started a second cycle, and I pressed the down arrow, and now the display is showing change RF time. Now I can update the RF time, increase it or decrease it, and then press OK. So the PLC will update the value, and once you press the up arrow, you can go back to the main screen. So in order to run this machine or pump it down completely, that can be achieved by varying the set point to much lower value. The base pressure of this chamber is about 100 millitorr, and pumping it down for an extended period of time can improve the base pressure level to much lower than 100 millitorr.